Do you want to be rich? Why do you want to be rich? Like a general question, okay? We can't talk back and forth while I'm speaking through the camera, but you can comment. And do you want to be rich? First off. And then why do you want to be rich? That's the next thing to think about. The reason why this is actually a conversation, I'm actually bringing it up, is there's a reason behind your desire to be rich. And I have my own thoughts about it. And last night, when I was at dinner, I was talking to someone. He was saying he wanted to be like me. And then someone else said the reason he wants to be like you is because he wants to be rich. I'm like, what? Like, first off, I don't consider myself rich by any means. I am living in Vietnam, and so my money does go further here. So, I could say I have more money than others, but I wouldn't say by any means I'm rich. I really wouldn't say that. And so last night I was taking notes. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. and I was honestly writing in my journal and thinking about this among a bunch of other thoughts. Because if you're someone like me, you might have thoughts that run rampant in your mind at night. And this is one of the few ways to get them out. You can play on your phone for a million years, but this helps. And so let's go back to the question of being rich. So like, why do you want to be rich if this is the case? A lot of people want to be rich because they think, money will solve everything. Money does solve some things, but not everything. So some of the stuff money solves is, living expenses, safety, security. So like if you live in a bad neighborhood, you probably want more money to get out of that neighborhood. If you can't afford proper food, you're going to be thinking about that. And so you need at least enough money so that you don't have to be constantly concerned about things. If you have enough to put you in a safe and comfortable, really a safe environment where you can eat, healthy food, then you're fine. And so like then it becomes like becoming more comfortable. But the question here is, about wanting to be rich, is it just because you want to buy a lot of things? Because if it's materialistic, which, I'm not saying is a bad or negative thing, I'm just saying that if it's materialistic, the more money you make, the more you'll buy, right? You want to make money to buy things. But that also means you're not going to really have much money left over. So all your money, you're going to keep spending it. And then you're still living the same life. You have nicer stuff, but you're still living the same life. And so if you want to be rich to change your life, it doesn't change your life. It changes the things you have, but it doesn't change your life. And so a big reason to bring up this question is, what do you want most in your life? And I'm going to be descriptive on this because that sounds like far-fetched. Do you want to be rich? Why? Is it just to have nice things? Like, is your purpose in life to surround yourself with nice things, to live in a beautiful home, to have beautiful things, to have beautiful cars? Is that your life goal? If it is, cool. That could be for you. That you need to be rich. You need to be rich to have that car and that big house or whatever it is, to surround yourself with those material items. But if it's not the case and you want to be rich so that you can do whatever you want, good news. You don't have to be rich to do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. And there should be a path to figuring that out. And this is just an example. So I think instead of working to get rich, right? Because if you have a job, for example, and you want to be rich, which is the case last night, someone was talking to me, they're on their way to become an electrical engineer, still in university, and they chose that profession because it makes a lot of money, which is fine, right? Like, it's better to have that job and make money than, work just in the mall as a retail associate or at a coffee shop for years and years. Those two jobs alone, like the difference in them for money, can be substantial. And so if you want money to help you move out of a certain environment, that could be very beneficial. Though you are working to earn more money, and you could be working yourself into a hole, because what do you give up in that process? For someone, for example, that might have a retail job or work at a coffee shop, They get to chat with people all day. Maybe they have friends that work in that same environment and they have this really fun life. I hear this often with people that work in the food service industry. They have so much fun. They work, and oftentimes they say that working for food service is extremely hard, but a lot of times they'll hang out with everyone after work or they make friends that way. But then when you go into a very knowledge-oriented job, like an engineer, then you are sitting behind a desk all day. Maybe you're even working from home, so you're by yourself, or maybe with you're working with people that you wouldn't consider a friend. You don't really want them to be a friend. So you give up a lot of that camaraderie and friendship when you go down that path. Plenty of other stuff you give up going both ways. But the reason it's important to think about this is whatever path you go, you are going to grow on that path. So if you actually want to become rich, I don't really think going work a 9-to-5 job is going to make you rich. I mean, I hear it often, but I like cannot consider that in any way. And then we also have to consider if that, again, the path of being rich is the one you really want. If it's you want freedom, you will definitely not get it with a 9-to-5. And the more you go work a 9-to-5, the more you're building that path. You can go work a 9-to-5 and save and invest and do it in a very smart manner so that you can quit. And you can do your research, on the side of figuring out how to invest smart so that you can quit your job and never have to work again a day in your life. That's fine as well. But if you want to have a lot of free time, and the reason why I'm saying all this is because when he's making that comment to me, in my mind, I think I went down a path that I was interested in. I spent a lot of time figuring it out, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Why? Because I live this one life, just like you, and just like anybody else. We only live this one life. And it's important to enjoy it. That's what I will say. Like you don't want to just enjoy it at the detriment of everyone else. You want to enjoy it. And I think a lot of joy comes from benefiting others or supporting them or helping others. And so, like, for example, why I'm making this video, I hope that this helps somebody. And also I enjoy it. Like I enjoy the thought of thinking that this could help somebody, even if it doesn't, right? So this is enjoyable to me. And I do other stuff as well. So I have a marketing agency. I do marketing work. And I've been doing that for 7 years. I studied other stuff in university. So I studied nutrition, became a registered dietitian, and realized that wasn't the path for me. I could have stayed on that path because that's what I studied, right? Like a lot of people, they imagine that they have all this past stuff that's built them up to that point. And so they have to stick to the past stuff. And you should not feel that way because the past helps you become the person you are today, but it doesn't define who you are today and who your future self is. What defines your future self is everything you do today. So if you continue the steps you're doing today to imagine some future self that you want to be, but you're not doing it today, you won't ever hit that future self. It doesn't just pop into existence. You have to start today to do the things that you imagine being the perfect future self you want. And so coming back to this, if you say you want to be rich and then you really dig down and if you're right about it, like, why do I really want to be rich? Maybe it's to have freedom and to do the things that you want. And so is there a way today you can start doing things to give you the freedom to do the things that you want? Today, you can start doing something. There's a lot of ways to do it. To each person, it's unique. And so I like journaling. I like writing stuff down. I would recommend digging into that question. If this is something for you, just dig into that. You can share it in the comments if you want, but do you want to be rich? And why do you want to be rich? Maybe when you're writing that, you come to the conclusion yourself. Maybe you have some thoughts and you just want to share it and we can talk about it. But like, why is that the case? And the reason why I'm thinking this is like, I'm not going to dissuade anyone from wanting to be rich, but I think there's usually, I believe that there's underlying things there, and it's really not being rich. It's just that you think that's the path to doing all the other stuff you do want. And one of the reasons why it's really important for me is I don't care to be rich. And I remember this even when I was in sales, like I was doing my first sales job or second sales job. And the manager, well, the vice president of sales of this company was saying like, we're all here because we want to make a lot of money. And then they're like, everyone's like, yeah, I want to make a lot of money. And I'm just like, I want to learn sales and I want to learn leadership. That's why I was there. I wasn't there to earn a lot of money. Although when you work sales, it was decent money. I don't want to work a job where I'm not getting paid anything. I wanted to work a job where I was actually going to get paid something where I could survive and also go have fun with friends. But I wasn't there just to make money. And going down the path that I've chosen, I've wanted to do interesting things, like how I want to spend my time, and so that I can learn. And so I'm still on that path. I'm still doing stuff where I can keep learning. I'm still on the path where I can do interesting stuff. And it's great to find ways to make money in that process. I think being in America, you think you need to make money off of absolutely everything you do. And just to be honest, I still have some of those tendencies. Like, how can I use some of this stuff to make money, right? Like if this YouTube channel was huge, it could potentially make money. But really, I don't want to have to make money by asking people for it. I want to provide value. So I have a marketing company because it helps people market. Like I can do the marketing work. I can find the right people that can help out. That's why I have a team. And so we help our clients, right? Like I'm providing value. So I can say, we're going to help you do all of this. And how do you value that, right? And they give money, be like, I value that. Here's some money. Take it. Do it for me. And so, I continue to want to do that for things. And so if you want to be rich, rather than go work for someone else and just trade your time, you should think, how can you truly give value to people in a way that's interesting for you? Because if it's interesting for you, you'll go do it and find ways to do it and learn ways and be unique to yourself. And then people will be like, can you take my money? Like literally, they'll be like, here, can you take this? Like I really value you. And so, I think about that as I watch like streamers or other YouTubers that just give this value. Like they're giving some great value, and maybe they have like advertisers and stuff, but maybe a streamer, people are paying them. They like have a subscription, like, here, I value your content. Like I value this, here's some money. And they make a lot of money, and that's like crazy to me. And so just do something that people value. And the way to do that is to keep learning and keep growing, keep building your mind, keep learning things you are genuinely interested in. You can study engineering if you're interested in it. One of my friends is electrical engineer. He loves it. He loves talking to me about all this stuff. He makes money. He makes good money doing that, right? But if you're going to go into a subject and then you're going to study it and you're going to be bored and you're not going to like any of it, well, you're not going to like the job either. That's not the right path for you. You have to go down a path that you are truly interested in, and then you can continue to learn and grow and build off of that. I've talked a while in this video, so I won't continue to ramble about this, but I strongly feel that most people's desire to be rich might actually be something else deeper down. So I'm getting a call right now from my food delivery, so I'm going to go. This is a good time. I'm going to go get that. And please leave a comment if you have any questions. And thanks for watching. See ya.